All right, let's go ahead and talk about the dining room table. This would be example 9. And there's going to be some new tools that we start working with today. Um, if you feel like you can do this on your own, go ahead and give it a shot without any help from this video. Um, that's a great test to see if you can figure it out. I highly encourage that. And then if you get stuck, come on back and you can see how I went about drawing this. And so I'm just going to drag this over here. So here's example 9. Um, and the way I'm going to approach this is I'm going to first draw this table, and then I'm going to draw this chair over here. So I'm going to draw the base of the chair that's tangent to the table, basically. And then I'll draw the back, and then I'm going to use some alignment tools, so construction lines, to line up these edges so we can see that this is 90 degrees between these two. So that means it's 45 degrees from the center of the chair there, 45 here. So we'll set it up that way. And then I'm going to just draw one of these arms, and then use the mirror tool to mirror it over here. And then once we've got a full chair drawn, then we can actually use the circular array and select the chair and then array it around the table. So you're only actually drawing one of these chairs. Um, so I'm going to move this drawing. It might be helpful during the video for you to have it in front of you. I'm going to move it to my other screen. So I'm just going to reference it over here. Okay, so I drew the table. I'm going to draw the chair base next. And underneath circle, we haven't talked too much about the different types of circles, but underneath the circle, there are multiple ways of drawing a circle. So you can go center point radius, center point diameter, 2 points. So you start on the edge on the quadrants. There's a 3-point circle. The tan radius we'll get into a little bit later. That'll actually come into play in example 10, I think. But for this one, because I know I want it to be tangent on this edge, I'm going to go ahead and pick the 2-point. And I'm going to make sure that on my snaps, I've got the quadrant set up. I'm going to go ahead and put midpoint 2. That's about it for now. All right. And I can see from the drawing that the chair is 16 inches. All right, so now we've got a chair base. It is tangent to our circle. Next thing I'm going to do is actually use some construction lines again. So I know that over here it's going to be 45 from here down to horizontal. So if I do some math, I can figure out that that's 135. And then the next one is going to be 135 plus another 90, which I know is 225. Right. So now we've got some lines that we can use for trimming, actually. If I go back to, I'll just drag this over here again. If I go back to here, my radius on the outside is 11, radius on the inside is 9. So 9 and 11. So I'm going to go ahead and draw center points on radius, because that's what it's giving me is it's in radius. So let's go here, we'll go here, and we'll go 9. Another circle. actually, yeah, let's just use these two. Okay, so now I'm going to select my trim tool, hit enter, use my construction lines to trim away parts of that I don't need. Line tool, turn my grid snap off. Yep. Okay. All right, so you're going to notice also that each one of these corners is radiused actually. So all fillets are 0.5. So all the corners of these arms, actually it's just the arms. Just the arms are radiused. Fillets on the edges. And let's draw the arm right now. Okay, so for this one, I'm actually just going to draw the arm out in space. And I know from the drawing that the arm is 1 foot, so 12 tab, and it's 2 inches wide. Let's do that again. 1, 2. Okay. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this rectangle, and I'm actually going to move it. It's easier for me to line it up. And this could be true of the circle that I drew down here too. You could take a circle, draw it out in space, and then move it to where you wanted it to by snapping it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the midpoint and go down to the quadrant of that. So then I've got that lined up properly. Okay, I'm going to switch back to my construction line. I'm just going to do a couple more things. Okay, so a lot of times if you can get away with mirroring or arraying parts, that's the most efficient way to get a drawing done. So what I'm going to do is select this, and I'm going to say mirror right here. Specify first point of the mirror line. For some reason, that's okay. Let's do that. All right. So, and there you go. And it asks you erase source objects. Usually it's no, but if you wanted to erase it, you could by selecting yes. Click enter, and you've got your arm set up. Actually, the smarter thing would have been to radius these corners first, and then mirror it over. That would have been a better way to do it. So let's go fillet and select first object. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to say R, enter, because I know the radius. So R, enter, 0.5. Oops, 0.5, enter. Select first object. Go here and there. And there we've got a radius. So again, I would probably do this first, select the whole thing. Otherwise, you're going to have to come down and radius those corners as well. And as you can see, you just need to complete these, cap these ends with some lines, and then you'll be good to go on the chair. And I'm just going to show you the array tool. So this is the array tool. You can do rectangular arrays, you can do polar arrays. Obviously polar is circular, and you can array along a path as well. So if you drew a line and then had an object, you could distribute that object multiple times across the path. We're going to do polar. So select object. Let's just select the base. In your case, you could select the whole chair, and then enter. Specify center point of the array. Turn polar out again, or I mean snaps on. All right, and then you'll notice that it comes up with a preview of your chairs. Down here, you can select items. And sometimes that's not clear, but items stands for number of items. So if you type I, enter, this is 6. We could go to 8 and get 8 items if we wanted to. And then when you're happy with that, you can say enter, and you're all done. You've got all your things arrayed around the outside. So, so we've got a couple of new tools today. We've got the array tool. The mirror tool is super helpful whenever you can use the mirror tool. I highly recommend doing that. So drawing half an object is obviously much less time than drawing a whole object. And we also learned the fillet tool. So with those tools in your toolbox at this point, you should be able to successfully complete this drawing. And again, this drawing is just going to be a top view. Obviously, no, side view or front view. We're just going to do a top view of this, but please do include dimensions on your drawing. And all right, have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.